For 3 years, I poured my heart into planning the perfect proposal for Lily. Every moment of our relationship had been a canvas of love, painted with shared laughter, quiet nights, and dreams whispered under starlit skies. I wanted the proposal to be a masterpiece, a memory she'd cherish forever. But when the moment arrived, her reaction shattered my carefully crafted dream and unveiled a truth I never saw coming. It began in a quiet coffee shop on a rainy afternoon, where Lily and I first met. Her hazel eyes sparkled as she debated the merits of oat milk versus almond milk, her voice animated, her smile infectious. I was smitten. Over the next 3 years, our love grew through road trips, late-night talks, and her quirky habit of collecting mismatched socks. I knew she was the one, and I wanted to propose in a way that screamed us. The plan was elaborate. I'd take her to the cliffs of Moher in Ireland, where we'd once dreamed of visiting during a late-night conversation. I spent months researching the perfect spot, a secluded ledge with a view of the Atlantic, waves crashing below, the sky painted in hues of gold and crimson at sunset. I booked flights, rented a cozy cottage, and even hired a local photographer to capture the moment discreetly. The ring, a custom-designed emerald-cut diamond set in rose gold, cost me a year's savings, but it was worth it for her. Every detail was accounted for. I practiced my speech 100 times, memorizing every word. "Lily, you're my adventure, my home, my everything. Will you marry me?" I even planned for contingencies, rain gear in case of a storm, a backup location in a nearby castle ruin, and a playlist of her favorite songs to set the mood. Friends called me obsessive, but I didn't care. This was for Lily. The trip to Ireland was magical. We laughed through Dublin's cobbled streets, sipped Guinness in cozy pubs, and held hands as we hiked the cliffs. On the day of the proposal, my heart pounded with anticipation. The photographer was in position, hidden behind a rock. The sun was setting, casting a golden glow over the cliffs. Lily looked radiant in her green scarf, her hair dancing in the wind. This was it, the moment I'd dreamed of for 3 years. We reached the ledge and I stopped, turning to face her. My hands trembled as I pulled out the ring box, my carefully rehearsed speech ready to spill out. I dropped to one knee, the world narrowing to just us two. "Lily," I began, my voice steady despite the nerves. "You're my adventure, my home, my everything. Will you marry me?" I opened the ring box, the diamond catching the last rays of sunlight. I waited for her gasp, her tears, her joyful yes, but instead her lips curved into a small, almost amused smile. "Finally," she said, her tone casual, almost impatient. Before I could process her words, she pulled out her phone, tapped the screen, and pressed it to her ear. "Hey, it's done," she said, her voice low but clear. "He proposed." My heart stopped. The wind howled around us, but the world felt silent. Who was she talking to? Why wasn't she looking at the ring, at me? I stood frozen, the box still open in my hand, as she continued her conversation. "Yeah, just like we thought, I'll call you later." She hung up, slipped the phone into her pocket, and turned to me with a bright smile. "Yes, of course I'll marry you." But the moment was wrong. Her yes felt like an afterthought, a formality. I forced a smile, slipping the ring onto her finger, but my mind raced. Finally, who was she talking to? Why did she sound so unsurprised? The photographer snapped photos, oblivious to the storm brewing in my chest. We hugged, we kissed, but it felt mechanical. The magic I'd spent 3 years crafting was gone. That night in our cottage, I couldn't shake the unease. Lily was her usual self, chatty, affectionate, showing off the ring to her Instagram followers. But I felt like an outsider in my own proposal. While she showered, I stared at her phone on the nightstand. I'd never snooped before, but the word finally echoed in my mind. Who was she calling? What did she mean by "it's done"? I picked up her phone. Her passcode, our anniversary, unlocked it easily. My hands shook as I opened her call log. The number she'd called was saved as M. No name, just a letter. I scrolled through their texts, my heart sinking with every word. "M, he's taking forever, isn't he?" "Lily, I know, right? I keep dropping hints, but he's so obsessed with making it perfect." "M, bet you he's got something big planned. You sure you're ready?" "Lily, more than ready. I just want it done." The texts went back months, some vague, some cryptic, but all laced with a familiarity that made my stomach churn. Who was M? A friend? A confidant? Or someone else? I put the phone down before she came out of the bathroom, but the questions gnawed at me. Over the next few days, I tried to act normal, but doubt poisoned every moment. Lily seemed oblivious, planning our engagement party and gushing about the ring. But her finally haunted me. Had she been waiting for me to propose just to check a box? Was there someone else? I needed answers. I started digging. I cross-referenced her call log with her contacts, but M wasn't linked to anyone I knew. I checked her social media, her emails, even her location history when she wasn't looking. Nothing concrete, but the text suggested M was someone close, someone she trusted with her deepest thoughts, thoughts she hadn't shared with me. Back home, I confided in my best friend Sam. "Maybe it's nothing," he said, trying to calm me. Maybe she was just excited and called her mom or a friend. But I knew her mom's number, and her best friend was Sarah, not M. Sam suggested I confront her, but I couldn't. Not yet, I needed proof. I hired a private investigator. It felt absurd, like something out of a movie, but I was desperate. A week later, he called me with a lead. M was Michael, a coworker of Lily's I'd met once at her office Christmas party. The Pi had tracked their calls and found they'd been meeting regularly. Coffee shops, late-night drinks, even a weekend trip she told me was a work conference. My world crumbled. Was she cheating? Was the proposal just a formality to her, a way to keep me while she explored something else? I confronted her that night. We were in our apartment, the ring glinting on her finger. "Who's Michael?" I asked, my voice steady despite the rage bubbling inside. Her face paled. "Michael, he's just a friend from work." "Then why did you call him the second I proposed? Why did you say, finally, like you'd been waiting for me to get it over with?" She hesitated, her eyes darting away. I didn't mean it like that. I was just excited. Excited enough to call him before saying yes to me. "Lily, I saw the texts. You've been talking to him for months, meeting him behind my back. What's going on?" Tears welled in her eyes, but I couldn't tell if they were from guilt or fear. "It's not what you think," she said. "Michael's just a friend. He's been helping me plan something." "Plan what?" I demanded. She took a deep breath, wiping her tears. "I didn't want to tell you like this. Michael's not my lover, okay? He's my brother." I blinked, stunned. "Your brother? You don't have a brother." "I do," she said softly. "I didn't tell you because it's complicated. Michael's my half-brother. My dad had an affair before I was born, and Michael was raised by his mom. We only reconnected a few years ago. He's been helping me plan a surprise for you, a wedding gift." I stared at her, my anger deflating but my confusion growing. "A wedding gift? Why the secrecy? Why call him right after I proposed?" "Because I was excited," she said, her voice breaking. "I've been dropping hints for months, waiting for you to propose. Michael bet me you'd go all out, and you did. I called him to say he was right, that you finally did it. The gift, it's a scrapbook of our relationship, every moment we've shared. He's been helping me collect photos, letters, everything." I sank onto the couch, my head spinning. "Why didn't you tell me about him?" "Because I wasn't sure how you'd react," she admitted. "My family's messy, and I didn't want to scare you off before we were engaged. I was going to tell you after the proposal, I swear." I wanted to believe her, but the hurt lingered. "You should have trusted me," I said. 3 years, Lily. I planned every detail to make you happy, and you kept this from me." "I know," she whispered. "I'm sorry, I love you and I want to marry you. Can we move past this?" We talked for hours, unraveling the truth. She showed me the scrapbook, half-finished but filled with memories of us, ticket stubs, photos, notes we'd written each other. Michael's texts were there too, innocent in context, filled with sibling banter. I met him the next day, and he was exactly as she described. A protective older brother, thrilled she'd found someone like me. It took time to rebuild trust. The proposal wasn't the fairy tale I'd imagined, but it taught me something. Love isn't about perfection. It's about honesty, even when it's messy. Lily and I are stronger now, planning our wedding with no secrets between us. The scrapbook sits on our coffee table, a reminder of the journey we've taken, and the one still ahead. Wow, what a ride, right? If you loved this story of love, doubt, and redemption, hit that *** button to let me know. And don't forget to *** subscribe for more heartfelt tales that keep you guessing until the end. Share your thoughts in the comments. What would * you have done in this situation? Let's keep the conversation going.